Not really a lot going on in the movies right now. We're about to hit February, and hype is at an all-time low for movie theaters. What is there to go see? I guess the Bob Marley movie, which is in this list. Maybe that'll be good. I like movies like that, but I need to see some reviews before I pack up and go see that movie in the theaters. Other than that, you have Argyle, Lisa Frankenstein. I've never even heard of this. Madam Web, which is the subject of this video, and Bob Marley, Land of the Bad, and Drive Away Dolls. Here's a more thorough list right here. It's not a lot. Not a lot. At least for February. Now, Sony is hoping you'll get excited to go see Madam Web. Well, they're hoping you will be, but I don't think anybody wants to see this movie. I saw these photos over on Twitter X. Some Spider-Man news says about to make a new friend at the Madam Web showing. So these are for pre-sale tickets, okay, which you can do. Don't forget this movie is a Valentine's Day movie. So you can take a lover to see the movie. Good way to probably not get some after the movie, but that is an option. That's what they're hoping you'll do. Or maybe a night with the girls, Galentine's Day. Well, go see Madam Web. I think that's something that they're hoping will happen. I just thought this was funny because the guy picked a seat right next to someone. Now, he says here he's just joking. Apparently, he lives in the UK, and he says tickets aren't on sale in the UK yet, so I just started checking random cinemas in New York just to make this dumb joke. But it's still pretty clear no one's going to see this. You got one guy here. That's it. And that's not the only one. There's also this one. This guy says same. And post this. This is for IMAX. This movie's available in IMAX. You got 4 people down here in the back. That's it. That's pretty bad. The tracking for this movie has it making less than Morbius, which is pretty pathetic. Like the people who came up with this concept. Don't forget that they pretty much killed this movie when they came out and said that it's not connected to Spider-Man. I guess the new synopsis for the movie says, meanwhile, in another universe. Trying to make it clear that this is not connected to any of the Spider-Man shit you've already seen. But it's still a part of the larger multiverse. I wonder if they'll walk all of this back and try to make this still a Spider-Verse thing, which they could do. My guess, though, is that this movie is going to be a catastrophic flop and make absolutely no money, and you'll never see these characters again. Or if you do, you'll see a proper Madam Web, and that will be the Spider-Verse version. We'll see. We shall see. But I'm pretty sure this movie is going to be a disastrous flop just by looking at the pre-sales and the tracking. Those are usually, for the most part, pretty close to what a movie actually does. The Madam Web director, though, he is out there doing his damnedest to get people to go see this movie, trying to compare it to the Netflix Jessica Jones series. Did very much like the first season of Jessica Jones. Didn't care for the second season. I don't remember if there was a third season or not, but the first season of that show was pretty good. I enjoyed the first season. Highly doubt this movie is even going to be anything like it. Anyway, what was Sony thinking? They've got to stop this. I really do. The reason that I hope this movie fails is so they stop making these Spider-Man-less movies. Nobody wants to see Madam Web. I guess they had Hypno Hustler lined up for a movie that wrestler who was in like one comic. So Sony owns the rights to the Spider-Man world in cinemas. So anything that is in a Spider-Man comic over at Marvel's, they can make a movie of. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean they should do it. And I'm hoping that they'll realize that and stop trying to replicate Marvel with Spider-Man characters, because it just can't be done. You could absolutely do a Spider-Verse and kind of build that out and do multiple Spider-Man movies. Like, I do think they could do an Andrew, Tobey, and Tom Holland Spider-Man movie, all three at the same time. They could have shooting and release, and I think all three of those movies would make money. And then, you know, you could do a Spider-Verse movie and bring in some other characters to co-star in that movie, right? You could even put Miles Morales in there. That's what they should do. Not release shit like this in Morbius, because nobody was ever asking for it. Nobody wants this, and they're going to learn nobody wanted this, especially after the Marvels failed. So it's got a cheaper budget than the Marvels, but doesn't really matter when no one's going to come watch it anyway. What are your thoughts on all of this? Let me know in the comments. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Check out my Rumble and Locals, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my Locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my Locals.